Take my hand, I'll lead you into death. By a whispering in the shadows, on AO3. Summary. There is a rumor that haunts Japan. The rumor of a figure clad in black who kills without mercy, without sympathy. There is a rumor that smelled of blood and carnage and bitter fear. There is a rumor that the Grim Reaper has come to Japan. Assassin Midoriya, AU. Trigger warning and spoilers in the tag. Maybe, I'm not sure. By the way, this is unedited and there are plenty mistakes. I'm slowly going through all of them, so please be patient with me, and thanks for reading. Episode 1. Chapter 1. There was a rumor of death haunting the cities. There was a rumor that plagued the nightmares of people worldwide. A rumor that cannot be tracked, cannot be predicted, and cannot be stopped. There was a rumor that smelled of blood and carnage and bitter fear. There is a rumor that haunts Japan. A rumor of a figure clad in black who kills without mercy, without sympathy. Men and women they've haunted without order, without reason, leaving behind only a certification of death. They've cut down villains and heroes alike, civilians both good and bad, young and old. This is a rumor who figures in authority wished stayed as a whisper of gossip, of disbelief and hearsay. This is not the rumor. This is the reality. The Grim Reaper has come to Japan. When Aizawa Shouta was first assigned to the Grim Reaper's case, he didn't think much of it. At the time, it was just a silly rumor the police and Hero Commission were trying to dispel. A serial killer who flew all around the world, seemingly killing at random, now deciding they would reside in Japan? It made no sense. The only thing that immediately connected each victim was a tarot card of death left on the scene. Hence, their name, Death. A little on the nose, but whatever. Though more research showed there could be possible reasons behind many of the supposed murders. Researchers, heroes, villains, people in debt, people who collected debt, a random coffee shop owner. That still made no sense to Shouta. The fact that there was only one person doing this seemed impossible. Then came the witnesses. Though each described him identically, none actually seeing his face. Just that he dressed in all black, versatile body armor, clad with dark goggles and a hood. A group who wore a uniform was still their best bet. That is until a rogue journalist, Suzumi Akito, started tracking the killer and their murders. They were the first person who actually caught a picture of the assassin, and through looking at all the research, as well as some high-tech body scanners from the police force, Shouta and those on the cases with him had come to the conclusion that this was, in fact, the same person. Akito was also the only person to catch a photo of the assassin head-on, and remained alive. Their quirk allowed them to meld with shadows, which made a job that involved watching without being caught ideal. It was because of his quirk that he escaped that night, providing the photo that gave way to Death's new name. It showed the same dark figure, however the only element, not in black, was the bottom half of the skull painted on their mask. Thus, the Grim Reaper was born. That was just over 2 years ago. Since then, there had been a number of witnesses who have seen Reaper, but any who have seen him are killed instantly, the remains left to rot, without even a card to show for. The only reason they could connect those dots to the Reaper was a body with a card nearby, or a blurred photo of half-skull mask. So yes, when Shouta was first put on the case, he didn't think much of it. Now 3 years later, it haunted him that the Reaper was still out there, killing without remorse. Though he used to have time to split his attention between school and the case, the past year dealing with his hell class of 1A, and all they've been through had neglected the Reaper, thinking of him less and less. He still, of course, helped out. When murders were nearby, he joined the team, along with his biased own research. This class, however, was his immediate responsibility. Although the threat of the League had not fully disbarred, All for One was buried deep within Tartarus, along with many of their other goons. The remaining League was thought to be separate for the moment, which Shouta wasn't sure if he should be jumping for joy over or taking cover. Either way, his class was becoming second years, and he intended to see and teach them all the way to the end. He just hoped they managed to stay out of the Grim Reaper's line of fire. Then again, they were all problem children and trouble magnets. Shouta started awake as his phone rang, blinking rapidly in the darkness. His husband groaned next to him, shoving him away and pressing his face further into his pillows. A quick glance at the clock had Shouta groaning himself. 3 a.m. Who the hell was ringing him at 3 a.m? He fumbled for his phone and glared at the name that popped up in front of him. Kaminari Denki. They hadn't even moved back into the dorms, but Shouta swore the moment the child stepped into his classroom, he was getting detention. He took a deep breath before answering it, wondering why in God's name he decided to give his number to his class. Kaminari, I swear to Kami. He started only to be cut off by frantic whispers. Sir, oh my lord, sensei. Thank Kami you answered. Sir, I think we found a body. Kirishima's voice whisper-screamed in his ears, the noise of a couple other voices coming through the background. This is why Shouta gave his students his number. Trouble, magnets. Shouta bolted straight in bed, startling Hizashi beside him. What do you mean you think you found a body? Where are you? I'm gonna get you. He demanded. All remnants of sleep was gone. Oh, no, sorry, we definitely found a body, but sensei, there's something else. Fantastic, Shouta thought, because this couldn't get worse. There's a card, sensei. Mina said it's the tarot card of death. And with that statement, Shouta felt ice in his lungs as his world froze. Shit. That is such a wonderful beginning chapter to this. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. Like, actually, I think I'm fully intrigued. I will say the next one will be longer. The next one seems to be about 24 minutes long. 25, maybe. Oh, around there. 24 to 25 minutes long, chapter 2. How long is chapter 3 gonna be? Oh, roughly around the same. Alright, so I think it's gonna be an average of like 20-minute videos each time. Average, right? Summary, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do chap summary. I don't know if I want to do chap summaries. Let me know what you think. You should. They help me. I think I don't do chapter summaries. I don't, actually. I should. But I don't. What I do is cool little tidbits now. I've been starting to do them with my newer fics, and gonna start doing them with Fluffy Mind. I need to brush my hair. Sorry, I'm looking at my hair. I haven't brushed it in like... When was Christmas? I'm sorry. For me, it's only been 3 days. 3 days. It's only been 3 days. But in my defense, I have no defense. If I brush it... Okay, here's the thing. Right now, it doesn't look that bad, right? But the second I brush it, it's gonna get worse. I have textured hair, so I'm brushing it right now. I'm brushing one side, and it's gonna get all fluffed up. Watch. Hold up. I'm slowly brushing through it. Oh, shit. This is actually matted. What the fuck? No, oh, never mind. Okay, sorry. I just grabbed it wrong. I'm combing through. Oh, I look like a lion's nest on one side. Yeah. I should not continue brushing, but I am continue brushing. Anyways, this is a really, really, really cool thing. I love this beginning chapter. It gives us enough without giving us enough. I really like the summary. The summary really drew me in, and I cannot wait to do this. This is long fic, right? It's 102k words long, right? 102,000 words long. It's quite long, but I'll just say 100k. Even it out that way. It is really long, and it's a bit longer than an average book. I will say that. Which, isn't that crazy? Y'all, I read more. I have read more as a fanfic reader for My Hero Academia than I normally read when I was a bookworm. And that's saying something, because I would read a lot. Alright, I would read like 4 books a month. Now, sometimes I'd be reading at the very least 2,000 words. 2,000 words at the very least. And that's on a low month. But 2,050 divided by 7 3,000 equals, that's a roughly 3.6 books, right? Roughly. And that's on a low, right? I think, some months I'd be reading like, 500,000, right? And 500,000 divided by 70 is 7.1, right? So, like, I'd be reading roughly 3 to 7 books a month worth of fan fiction, right? And in the past, I'd be lucky to read 4 books a month. And not even that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't even read 4 books a month. I would read at least 1 book a month, if I'm being honest, right? Yeah, I would read like 1 book a month, if I'm being honest, right? That was like 1 book, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, but for the most part, it was 1 book a month, right? And I wouldn't read that much fan fiction either. Like, I've always been big on fan fiction, but ever, like, My Hero Academia, because there's so much. Again, I was always into reading very niche fan fictions, right? So, fandoms that didn't have that much fan fiction options, right? They might be big fandoms, but they didn't have a lot of fan fiction options, right? Because, like, you could be into a really big fandom, but, like, they have very little fan fiction options. Sometimes that happens. But, I feel relished. I love this. And I still have a long reading list, a long to-be-read list, right? And I still have more fics that I am constantly finding that it's like, oh, I want to read this. This seems interesting kind of situation. Like, for example, this one. Take my hand, I'll lead you into death. I love this. Also, the thought of, like, the tarot card deck. Oh my god, that is so cool. I love that. That is so cool. I might not steal that, but I might take that for another, like, villain. I don't know. I might not. I already have a villain that... Oh, what was it that they leave behind? Hold up, let me check. I think they do leave something behind. They always leave something behind here. The lyric in the line. No, it's not. It's Silent Star, Hidden Heart. Here it is. No, not notes on him. Victims are often found dead from something similar to their quirk killing them. After killing them, they are put in scooter ankle poses. Hanging, cut wrist, pills, drowning. The hero license disappear as the villains take it and mail it to their next victim. There's always traces of drug in the victim's systems, often having other human DNA matching of the 4 missing people. Ooh, okay, yes, I remember. It's always the person is killed by something similar to a quirk. So if they have a fire quirk, they're burned to death. If they have a healing quirk, they're poisoned to death. If they have a water quirk, they're drowned. They drown. If they have a frog quirk, they're poisoned by frog venom. You know, stuff like that, right? Where it's like, it correlates to their quirk, and then they're always put in scooter ankle positions, whether it is hanging, risk slicey slice, pills, drowning, all of that. And their hero license are always taken and then mailed to the next victim. And even though each next victim gets, you know... Oh, but that's assuming that they're all hero license and or license. And or ID. Just a regular ID, right? Are veiled to the next victim. Again, I kind of forgot that heroes are not the only victims, but they're a majority of the victims. There's a lot of civilians that get in the crossfire as well. It's this whole thing. That's one, though. I need to think of another one, so I might do the tarot card reading for that one. No, crystals! Oh my god. I found with crystals. I do know I have a role-playing idea with friends where the killer always takes people's eyes out. And then, in the next scene, the eyes of the previous victim is found there. Right? Hidden. Or they often hide one eye in the next victim's crime scene, and then another eye somewhere random in the city to be found. Anyways, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.